Morning guys, Crypto Mark back on the next weekly instalment of KRC Wallet tracking journey. This is for the KRC20 meme coins that were purchased back in December last year. So down the left hand side here, these are the actual individual tokens that were purchased. The ones in blue we've reviewed recently over the last couple of weeks, and the projects are fine, they're going strong, just doing what they do pretty much in this downward period that we have had of the KRC20s. Across the board, really, they're all sort of flattened off since they came out, and we're basically waiting for Kaspa hype and Kaspa to get pumping, and then the KRC20s, I think they'll just rocket ship. Not financial advice. Please do your own research if you're looking to get into any of these projects, or any projects at all in general. Don't take anything that I say as read. Just my opinion. Just my little wallet tracking journey, like I say, just out of interest, just to see how things go and progress. The one in green is jury's out a little bit on whether or not what's happening with the project. We couldn't work out too much as to whether it was okay or it's struggling or what have you. So jury's out, it'll be checked again at some point. The ones in red, struggling, effectively more or less dead, I would suggest, or taking at least a very long break. Maybe they come back when the sentiment and everything picks up and bashes forward from there. What we're going to do today is review some more of these ones down here. The portfolio itself in general is more or less the same as it was last week, $181 in total. And you can see quite clearly that Wolfie is the key player of the whole portfolio. It wasn't always the case. In fairness to Wolfie, it's always been decent. It has had a few little drops down, like every project does. It was down like $12 or so there, $7 there, $9 there, and then it had that incredible kind of 15x where it just shot. 15x altogether. It had an incredible sort of 5-6x where it just shot from 30 to 150. Had a bit of a pullback, gone back up, and it's now more or less just trending sideways, which is good to see. I'm actually in London this weekend, but I'm gutted. My schedule's too tight. I'm not going to get a chance to go to the Wolfie place in South London. I'm there for football, so it's a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but I will definitely try and get there at some point. So yeah, the portfolio is what it is. We'll look at some of these in a sec, but first we'll just have a little look at the wider Kaspa markets in general. Kaspa itself, 11 cent, bouncing around in and amongst that over the last week. 12 to 11, pretty much. What's that, about 10? Yeah, between 10 and 12, ranging over the last week. More speculation. I've seen this before. OKX. I know we've seen this a few times with Binance and other places, but these little subtle hints, everyone's latching on and thinking that it's Kaspa they're talking about. Maybe, it may not be, but we have seen this before and then nothing's come of it, so I don't know whether they're just on the wind up or what have you. So it remains to be seen, but I think ultimately before long Kaspa will get on every exchange, and it's the big ones that people are waiting for to drive the price. Again, another green, looks like Kaspa kind of colour, doesn't it? And again, another one here. I seen a post say if you zoom in on the phone, you can make out the Kaspa badge, but I'm not 100% sure that is that. But you can have a look for yourself and try and blow it up and see if you can maximize the size of it. It might be that it is that, but what we need is not for this speculation, for people to just do the do instead of talking about it, just do it. But again, it's a game of patience. As you well know, if you're in the crypto space, it is a game of patience. So let's have a look, see what we've got. We've got Conan 30% up today. That's pretty impressive. Croaks down 22. Not sure what the rhyme or reasons are behind those. Nacho sitting steady at 17.5 million. Congo's up there at nigh on 7. Kaspi in and around where it was last week as well. Conan was that's put on about 1 million in the last week, which is mighty impressive, to be fair. Let's have a look. Yeah, it has. It's put on about 1 million in market cap in the last week. So yeah, not sure if there's something going on with it. We'll have a look, see if we can suss it out. Of course, I've got all these in my portfolio. I am following them to a limited degree. I do see things that pop up, but I'm not 100% on them every day to be right in the pocket and in the communities to see exactly what is going on. Let's have a look. Conan was on fire, and that was 5 days ago when it was 1.5 million. It's 2.1 now, so it's on more fire than that. Yeah, not sure. I'll have to have a look into more into it. Support loyalty, courage, how things are coming. I don't know. Not entirely sure, but it could just be the natural, improvement of the project because it's a good project. It's got its NFTs. It's got all the things that it's got going for it. And like I said before, a lot of the KRC20s, in fact, all of them, in my opinion, are vastly undervalued. When you look at some of these Solana memes that come out and quickly run to hundreds of millions, we've got Nacho, for example, which is the top performer of Kaspa, the KRC20s, and always has been, in fairness, sitting at sort of 17 million. It's tiny in comparison to what some of these other ones get to. Now, we don't want these to be pump and dumps, and obviously they're not. So, I'm not, and potentially some of the Solana ones are when they have them big runs up. But it's good to see we've got that steady growth with Nacho, and all the NFTs have gone, they've been minted out, sold. The project's steady. They've got partnerships. You get kickbacks for having NFTs. So everything's going well for that project, and I think that's the leading light. And I kind of think that whatever Nacho does in the KRC20 space, it'll kind of be the headliner, setting the scene for all the other KRC20s. So it's good that it's doing well and thriving, and there's definitely a space for these KRC20s, particularly when, as we've said before, when Kaspa gets onto these bigger exchanges, that'll open up the door to a lot of these and to the best of the best KRC20s, in my opinion, being able to get onto bigger exchanges as well. And then you know what that's like, more exchanges, more potential people to purchase. The hype machine can get ramped up into overdrive, and before you know it, some of these could quite conceivably run to hundreds of millions. So that's kind of where we're at. That's what this tracking journey's been all about. The only issue might be that some of the ones that I've picked from the beginning have kind of run out of steam a little bit. But that's probably always going to happen, really. Not everything can thrive and survive. It's been tough times of late. So some might have died off, which is fair comment. Other ones like Wolfie are absolutely doing stellar things, and some of the other ones are, just steady away until such a time that they pick up and they start hitting 20% increases per day and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's all good. So let's have a look at Bully. We'll start here and we'll look at Bully and see what the story is with this one, if we can fathom it out in this video. So Bully, there it is. Monthly, yearly, couple of big runs, and then not a lot. No data in here, which isn't ideal. 100% minted out. No pre-mint, which is good on the face of it. No volume, which is bad on the face of it. Let's have a look at that site. Site looks okay, a little bit basic, but fine for what it is. X, let's have a look here. I should be following, but I'm not. I'll follow it now. January, that's pinned post. February, not much since February, not ideal to be fair. Telegram, if I can get this to work. this? View and Telegram. Why is it tiny teeny? I did that. Right, what's going on here? May, okay, that's welcome on May. Looks like it's the AI agent responses. By the look of it. Someone bought back in May there. Right, again, not entirely sure. Not filled with confidence given the situation with Twitter. But who knows? So, tell you what we'll do. Price, it has been moving a little bit. So, arguably there is something in it. So, we'll change it to green, which is the come back and review one. And then we'll have a little look at Shiro. Obviously, what I'm doing here is just very high level look, just to see if we can get an idea from the high level X pages and stuff like that. If you were thinking about investing in anything, you're better doing more in-depth looks, contacting them via Telegram, see if you can get an idea of anything that's going on. Again, not a lot happening with this by the look of this page. Shiro and Kaspa. Quite basic. Oh, there's a roadmap and stuff. Not so keen on the website. It feels a bit pixelated. Yeah, there's stuff on there in fairness, right, okay. X, let's have a look here. Should be following this, I don't know why I'm not. Post relatively recently, 17th of May, 13th of May, 13th of May now on that exchange, Hibbit. Yeah, it's safe to say it's still there. Oh, what's happening here? Hey, look at that. Someone's pinched my thumb. I thought it was my video for a second because that's more or less my thumbnail that I designed. Someone's nicked it. That's fair enough. You can use it. Right, good stuff. So yeah, should we have a look at the Telegram as well? I must already be in this one. Oh no, what's happened there? Don't know what's going on with that Telegram, if it's not working or what, whether it's me or what. But anyway, X, it looks okay on X. Get back on here, we'll mark that as blue. Right, Marty, let's have a look at Marty. We know Wolfie's doing well, so we don't really need to check that at this stage. I don't know if I could spell Marty. See, so again, that just shows that on this page here, there's nothing, and there was nothing for Shiro, but it still is going. So I don't know whether this just doesn't update 100% all the time. And maybe it's not the best place to be looking. I just do because it's got, for the ones that are doing really well, like your nachos and stuff, this is fully up to date. I don't know whether they're just not always updating some of the smaller ones. Not sure. Website looks pretty cool. Love this image. Yeah, that looks really good, to be fair. X, fingers crossed that there's something here and it's looking good. I'm following this one, right. May the 11th. April. Not so many posts in fairness, but still a presence. Again, like I spoke about, I'm apologies if I keep repeating myself, but it's arguably the situation that the guys are just waiting for things to improve before they start pressing on with that project. I wonder if that's a different one. Is it the same link? Looks like an older link, doesn't it? I don't know what's going on there, to be fair. Where we go? Telegram. March 29th. When a big project made them clear the day before. Understand things have slowed down in the markets. Yeah, that kind of just echoes what I've just said. Really, this was back in the end of March, saying that things have slowed down, so they kind of slowed down a little bit, and they'll pick back up. Is more than likely what all that'll say. So buy some more every week, keep the volume up. Right, okay. Marketing it'll take off at some point. Spaces and EMAs and stuff. Right, okay, fine. That's all right. Happy enough with that. Marty is a nice blue colour. Wolfie we'll mark as blue because we know that that's doing well. I'll do a deeper dive into that, possibly the next video, just because obviously I'll have then finished the rest of these off. And it's the top performing one, isn't it? So it makes sense to have a look at that in a bit more detail. Kachi, sorry. Let's have a look at this one. Right, got a market cap, good. It's got details on here, which is good. Let's have a movement, which is nice. Got some volume. Nice Kaspa colours on the website. Yeah, that looks alright. X, I expect there'll be some more posts on here with more recently, following 16 hours ago. This is the biggest comeback in KRC20. Giveaways happening. X and Telegram links. Yeah, looks all good to me. Don't think we need to check Telegram for this one, to be fair. Plenty of activity going on there. Freddie, let's have a look at Freddie. Last one for today. Conscious don't want to let the videos run out of control time wise. People get sick of listening to us. Again, looks a bit flatlined on here, but that's not the final story until we check everywhere else. Nice little picture, isn't it? Yeah, good stuff there. X. March. Feb. Oh no. away what's happening here. It's not having it for some reason. I don't think I've got Discord on here. I'll try. I don't know if that'll let us in without signing in or whatnot. Invalid invite. Right, that doesn't bode well, to be fair. It doesn't look like there's a Telegram, and it doesn't look like there's a Discord, unless the links are out of date on here, which there could be. Is there anything on the website with different links? That's just not bringing that up, is it? Oh dear. Oh no, that's Freddie. What's going on here? Right. Last announcement was February. There's not really been any posts since April. Oh no, there man, Gemlo. Sorry, my fault. Hopeless. Can't see if I'm looking. Right, okay. Nah, nothing doing really since April. Well, not even in April, to be fair. Yeah, jury's out on that one. Most likely not good, if I'm honest. Still a value there though, unless when I come to swap them, it wouldn't let us, and the value's bouncing around a similar amount, isn't it? I'll mark it as green and we'll have a check, because just particularly because it is a balance. We'll have a little look at it in the next couple of weeks, see if anything's different. With these, you're a little bit stuck, because once the value goes under $5, you can't exchange it anyway. So all of these, if I wanted to exchange it, which I don't, but if I did, I'd have to buy more to then be able to sell all, if that makes sense. But that's not the purpose of this journey and this piece of video history, hopefully. This is just a tracker to see how well things can do, ideally in an ideal world. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there for this week. Next week, like I say, we'll do a deeper dive into Marty. I did touch on it a while ago. We'll have another look at Marty. We'll have a look at some NFT things, because I haven't looked at them for a few weeks. And then we'll just press on, and this will just evolve and develop as we move forward. Any comments, any likes, shares, subscribes, all those good things, I would appreciate that. Any comments, anything anybody wants to see, any deeper dives into anything in particular, any ideas, please feel free, let me know in the comments. But I am committed to just continuing to make a short video, 20-25 minutes each week, just doing what I've been doing, pretty much what you've just watched. We'll just see where we go with it all. Okay, cheers guys, take care, thanks.